is going on, everybody? This is Cabale with Cabale Media, and in today's video we are talking about the top email marketing questions of the year. Stay tuned. All right, I have a list of over 40 questions, somewhere close to actually close to 60. I am going to try to go over this in 1 or 2 videos just to make it easier for everybody. I'm going to adjust my camera right here and see if that I'm level with everybody. And try to make it as easy as possible for people to digest what I'm about to say and to really understand how email marketing is evolving and what to do and how to do it to increase ROI, to get better results, to get better data, to get better analytics, so on and so forth. Now, these questions, I'm 99.9% sure could be answered in most of my videos or some of my videos. But if you don't want to go back and look through all the videos, I will answer the top 20, 10, depending on how much time I have, and either 1 video, 2 video, 3 videos, so on and so forth. Here we go. How do I grow my email list? Question number 1. We've spoke about this. We, meaning I, have spoke about this in many videos. Growing your list requires offering a lot of valuable content. So that's anything from, let's say, if you're doing something like I'm doing, an email marketing service, you could offer free content, meaning a white paper, how-to guide, tutorials, blogs, and the incentive is that information, and then in exchange you get an email address. So lead magnets, right, what we spoke about before, are things like ebooks, white papers, and exclusive discounts. If you're an e-commerce store, the exclusive discounts would make more sense. If you're a B2B business, things like ebooks or white papers would make more sense. B2B meaning service businesses, so on and so forth. So some of my customers are anywhere from financials to things like pest control to other things like app services, apps meaning apps on your phone. It really depends on your industry as to what you can offer. You could also do strategic things, for example, using your social media. You can do things, for example, adding pop-ups or slide-ins, so that's your lead gen. And then you can do partnerships or collaborations, which, depending on your brand, if that's something you do, you could do it. Webinars to expand your reach, posting on things like social media, TikTok, so on and so forth. Just ensure that everything you're doing is compliant, but we'll get into that in later questions. Oh, and if you're going to have an email lead gen form, the email gen form that pops up when customers or potential partners go to your website, you generally cannot actually put them on your website unless you agree to a disclaimer. Sometimes the disclaimers are not in the pop-ups. I would always make sure that you have the disclaimer in the pop-up just so they know what they're clicking on. People don't read. You want to be safe on your end and put the disclaimer in the pop-up itself. 2, what is the best email marketing tool? This can go so many ways so quickly. It really depends on your specific needs. Most people can get away with something like MailChimp. It's very cut and dry. And every email service provider or ESP has their own templates made. So if you're not somebody that's very crafty, you can use the templates there and then use your style guide accordingly to make sure that it looks correct and it sticks to your brand. MailChimp, most people can get away with if you're sending, an email a week. If you don't really need to generate much content, that's just fine. Constant contact is the same. A lot of people that I work with use Klaviyo. They use HubSpot. They use ActiveCampaign. These are the bigger platforms. HubSpot has a CRM, and if you don't know what that is, I can definitely make a video on that. But CRMs, it has your data in there, analytics. It has places where you can manage contacts. It shows a pipeline. It shows your sales data. If you are in sales, HubSpot is a great place to leverage all of the data inside the platform, but also keep track of what your salespeople are doing. Think of HubSpot or a go high level of a more complex type of email service. But if you want to do something very simple, I say Klaviyo and MailChimp are perfect. They are very user-friendly. They're great for beginners and small businesses. They do things like product recommendation, a little bit of advanced segmentation. But obviously, the more you use, the more you have to spend. If you're beginning, you can use the free versions, and then think most of them give one free automation and a lead gen. Not entirely sure. Generally, the people that I've been dealing with work on a bigger scale. They pay for everything just so they can ensure that they're getting as much data to you and to streamline the process as much as possible. Right now, I would say anywhere from MailChimp to Klaviyo is really good if you're somebody that's beginning or starting. And if you want to expand, then you just get the more expensive versions of Klaviyo or MailChimp. And then, again, ActiveCampaign and HubSpot are two other great email service providers that you can utilize depending on what you're offering. Also, integration is a big thing. They all, when I say all, I mean the ones that I use. Anything from Constant Contact, MailChimp, Klaviyo, HubSpot, ActiveCampaign. I've used MailJet, I've used Brevo, I've used Go High Level, I've used so many in the last 17 years, I can't even tell you. But like I said, the ones that are working right now are the Klaviyos, the ActiveCampaigns, the HubSpots. And if you're looking to integrate software, definitely work with a programmer or work with Zapier. It just makes your life so much easier if the things you're looking for are not already integrated into the ESP. How often should I send emails to my subscribers? Sending too many emails can lead to unsubscribes. Sending too little emails, the subscribers may forget about you and then they become dead leads or unengaged leads. That really depends on the type of business you are. A good starting point is 1 or 2 emails a week, I say. If you can only do 1 a week, that's totally fine. If you're generating sales, then that's fine too. I would start to do at least 2 times a week just because you're getting more of yourself out there and they're seeing your product more. And don't try to recreate the wheel every week. I used to do that before. You can really just recycle creative or recycle emails and then change the messaging. Check out your analytics, check out your data, see what's been working the most, and then from there, keep on sending those types of emails and then tweak as needed. I think what a lot of people do is that they tweak so much too quickly. Check the analytics, see what people are opening, see what people are clicking on, and then from there, take that data and then decide what would be the next best send to increase your revenue or at least get your brand noticed or noticed more. What is a good open rate for email marketing? A good open rate, that depends on the industry. Anywhere from 12 to 25, 15 to 25% is pretty average. However, factors such as the segmentation, the type of date you send it, the subject lines, the timing are all really going to determine the best overall open rate for your emails. If you're doing a particular subject and you know it always gets a particular type of open, you want to increase that, then that's when you're going to have to start to tweaking. Industry standards 15 to 25, but they also differ depending on your industry. If you want a very just cut and dry answer, the short answer is 15 to 25, and then you could work on from there. If you're obviously not getting those open rates, work on the subject line, and then so on and so forth. Keep A/B testing as much as you can. A/B testing is the only way you're going to get accurate data, but you also have to clean your list, but that's besides the point. We could talk about that in another question. Testing as much as you can, and then from there you'll see whether or not what a good open rate is depending on the segment, the time, so on and so forth. How do I avoid my emails going to the spam folder? Well, having free buy now, shop now, those are all things that will generally get you in the spam folder using caps in your subject lines, a lot of emojis, exclamation points. But I get it, when you're trying to sell a product, you want to be as engaged, you want to be as appealing as possible, complimentary. Those words do work, but they're not always the best. Once you warm up your email list and people are starting to see who you are, they're starting to trust your brand, they have brand loyalty, using free shop now, buy one, get one is not really bad because most brands do use that, even the biggest brands. Just ensure that your authentication is set up, DKIM, SPF, DMARC. Again, I don't want to talk about the version because I don't know much about it. DKIM, SPF, and DMARC, just to be able to build trust with your email providers, keep the list clean regularly, maybe 3 to 6 months, clean the list, run it through things like never bounce, remove inactive subscribers, and then target accordingly, right? You want to segment as much as possible to get the best results as possible. That's how you keep your emails out of the spam folder. That's question number 5. If I have not been counting. What is A/B testing email marketing and how do I do it? A/B testing or split testing is taking 2 variables and testing them against one another to see which yields better results. When you get those results, you take them, and then through the weeks or through the days or through the months or through the years, you see what you see what emails, what subject lines, what creative, what overall variable does the best, and then use those to make the ultimate template for your email marketing program. Whether it's putting in highly recommended products, different color CTAs, a certain type of wording of CTAs, if it's a short email, if it's a long email, if it has a lot of products, if it has a very creative header, if it has a white background, if it has a black background, if it's mobile optimized. Once you get all the metrics that are perfect, or the perfect in your scenario, you dump them all into one template and then send that email out. And then from there, test that template as well. There's so many tests you can do. You just have to keep on doing it. And then as soon as you get that ultimate template, you test and test and test again. That's A/B testing, split testing, taking an A and B variable and then testing them against each other to find the best case scenario, what works the best, and what to put into your next email send. How do I create engaging subject lines? Well, subject lines are crucial for amazing open rates. You could use something like subjectline.com, which I use often. What they have is I don't know exactly, but they have a software that determines whether or not your subject line is worthy to get good open rates, and they've done all their testing to ultimately spit out this perfect template or this perfect analyzer that's going to make your email subject line that much better. Create curiosity, create urgency, things like you won't believe this offer, 20% off, 24 hours left. Offering clear value, obviously things like FOMO, last chance, extended sale is not really FOMO, but last chance, 24 hours, 1 day left. Those things really help create engaging subject lines. Things like emojis, certain vocabulary will generally, or for the most part, get you pretty good open rates, if not the best open rates you've ever had. Again, back to A/B testing, test accordingly, and then you'll find the best engaging subject line in order to send out to your subscribers. What is the best time to send email marketing? Timing can vary on your audience's behavior, but studies suggest that anywhere between 9 and 10 a.m. in the morning, and then early afternoon between 1 and 3. Early in the morning because people are right at their desks or they're commuting and they're going to check their phone 9 out of 10 times. And then after lunch, if you're doing it around lunchtime, they're probably not going to open. So people tend to scroll during that time. Lunchtime between, 12 to 1 and then 1 to 3 are the optimal times for most industries. Tuesdays and Thursdays being typically seen as the best days for engagement. Wednesday's hump day. Monday, people are just getting back to the office. Friday, they're already thinking about the weekend. Inboxes are less crowded in Monday and Tuesdays and Thursdays as opposed to Mondays and Fridays. However, your audience is very specific. If you want very specific data, you would have to A/B test and find those analytics and data yourself. But if you want a very general answer, Tuesday, Thursdays between 9 and 11, and 1 and 3. How can I increase email click-through rates? You have to make sure your emails are visually appealing. If they're not, no one's going to click. Make sure the content in there is based on the recipient's preferences, things they've bought before, things that complement their purchase, the services that they may need or already have, other services, cross-selling, upselling, downselling other services to them, complement what they currently have. The main goal here is to drive traffic to your website, so you make sure you want to have really appealing CTAs, really appealing graphics, make sure it's mobile optimized, make it visually appealing, use very actionable language, shop now, learn more, and then additionally segment as granular as you can to get the best personalized experience and messaging to the subscriber. What is the difference between a single and double opt-in? Great question. Single opt-in is them signing up to the form and saying, I want that 15% off. Double opt-in is when they get that email that confirms that says, hey, I want that 15% off. A lot of people turn that double opt-in off because they just want the email address. In my experience, it's a bad idea, but I get it. People want to make sales. I think double opt-in should always be there because it's just ensuring that they definitely want that email. And look, once they get that email, there's a very good chance they're going to unsubscribe. I've done that before. Just be mindful that you have a better chance of getting into the spam folder if you don't double opt-in. I say double opt-in. Single opt-in just allows for quicker list building, it can lead to high unsubscribe rates and spam complaints. Think about it. Single opt-in, double opt-in, what makes more sense? I prefer the double opt-in because you know for sure they want to be there. Single opt-in, even though you're building your list quicker, you have higher chance of getting into the spam folder. How do I segment my lists for better email targeting? Segmentation allows you to target messaging, product recommendations based on the customer behavior, their demographics, the history on their website, their preferences. Really depends. For example, if you want to create a segment for loyal customers, I would do something where you know they're spending a particular amount of money. Now we're getting a little too technical here because that's something you have to segment and do in Klaviyo. But since we're just using it, for example, let's say you do customers that spend an average of $300 a month. Those could be your particular VIP, or generally VIPs are in the thousands. But for this example, we'll say that people that spend over $300 a month will get a particular email with a discount because you know they're more likely to buy than somebody that spends $50 every 6 months. That's a really good way to segment, and that's a really good way to build your lists for better email list targeting. Wow, I went overboard today with that. I did 11 in opposed to 10. So those are the first 11. The next video, I'll give you the rest of the 9. Again, my point is to make these videos as short and sweet as possible so you can get the most out of them and then implement them into your strategy. I don't want to sit here with these long videos. At some point, if you want longer videos, I would love to make them for you, and that's fine. I know a couple people would like some longer videos, and I will do that. In any event, if you like this video, you can like, share, and subscribe. You can hit the notification bell every Friday between 2 and 5. You can email me at jcabale@cabalemedia.com. You can leave comments down below. You can give it a like, give it a dislike. Tell me what you're looking for. And go to cabalemedia.com, sign up for your free 30-minute consultation. I would love to work with you, see what your email plans for the rest of the year are. And Q1 for 2025 is... And I think that's it. Again, if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Visit the socials. This is J Cabale with Cabale Media, and I'll see you at the next video.